All right, Martin Popoff here, back with another edition of Reliving Old Reviews as a Useless Tool of Confusion. This is the show on the Contrarians, an ongoing series you can check out. We've got 70 or 80 of these already, where I go through an old review and see if the writer got it right on a classic band, on a classic album, whatever. Today we've got a pretty special one here, I think. We are looking at Pantera's Absolutely Insane. There was so much excitement about this album, Far Beyond Driven. There we go. Driven Insane is the headline at the bottom. Got a great picture of Dime there. Here we go. This is a review by Don K. Don K is an absolute legend of this business, right? He gives it four Ks, so we know it's going to be a positive review. Let's see what he has to say. With Far Beyond Driven, their seventh album, Pantera had an almighty task before them to top the intensity and raw power of 1992's A Vulgar Display of Power. Well, it seems they've done that and more, approaching levels of metallic fury that are downright frightening. I love that. He frames it perfectly. This was a scary album compared to Vulgar Display of Power. This band has solidified so much over the last 5 years that they're now firing at full blast, with each musician rising to the challenge. Guitarist Dimebag Darrell in particular has delivered an amazing array of riffs that touch on any number of styles, yet are recognizably in the brutal Pantera vein. His unorthodox squealing riffs on Becoming and 25 Years are especially riveting. Lead singer Philip Anselmo is angry and more vicious than ever, his vocals often reaching the mangling tones of pure death metal. The man's full-throated roar takes the songs into new levels of vehemence and violent emotion. Tunes like Shedding Skin and the aforementioned Becoming, with reference to becoming God-sized and changing within, make you fear just what the man is actually turning into. Yeah, there is obviously all sorts of drama in the band. I mean, to me, this is the white knuckle Pantera album. It's kind of like their Black Sabbath Sabotage, where the creativity is really going out on the edge because everybody is frazzled and hungover and drugs are around. And it's just a crazy album where they are kind of at the height of their early success. There's a lot of excitement around the band, so there's a lot of frayed nerves and just a lot of living beyond their means kind of thing, right? And Don kind of gets that. He's sort of noticing Phil is in kind of a desperate state on this album, right? Far Beyond Driven is packed with future Pantera classics like Becoming, 5 Minutes Alone, the blues-tinged I'm Broken, and Philip's demented, disturbing spoken word performance on Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. The second half of the album is slightly less memorable than the first, with songs like Use My Third Arm coalescing less coherently around the constant barrage of riffs. Good Friends and a Bottle of Pills. That would be a reference to Ted Nugent's Good Friends and a Bottle of Wine, right? Pretty cool. But even the less catchy tracks are fueled by the album's overall intensity and spirit. There's also a nifty, straight read of Black Sabbath's dreamlike Planet Caravan at the end to ease your nerves. As some of the originators of the 80s speed thrash scene begin to slide gently into middle-aged mildness, the ruthless, relentless aggression of Far Beyond Driven is clear proof that Pantera are ready to assume the mantle for vicious, no-holds-barred metal in the 90s. Perfectly said, because at this point, Metallica have done the Black Album, Megadeth have done Countdown to Extinction, so they've both gone quite a bit more commercial and less intense, and it's more about songwriting and mid-pace structures. This album Far Beyond Driven is 94. I don't know if Euthanasia is out already by Megadeth or not, or if it's what order they come in, but that's going to be an album that's very similar to Countdown to Extinction. And Pantera are just blazing their way with an even more peaks and valleys, obscure, abstract, music concrete album than was Vulgar, right? And then the last two albums, they really don't let up. It's still in the same sort of vein. So yeah, what a great catalog they have. In these Atco years, they do rule the 90s as the most exciting band, if not the biggest selling band of all of them. There's a lot of excitement around Pantera and this album. I remember when this happened, man, with that great album cover, the blue with that drill and everything, man. This album was was pretty scary. It was definitely it made Vulgar Display of Power kind of look like the Black Album in comparison. So there you go. Far Beyond Driven. Another Reliving Old Reviews is a useless tool of confusion. Hit the like button if you like what I've said about this review or what Don said about the album, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. There you go. Check out my audio podcast as well, History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff. I'm up to about 302 episodes at this point. Written all these books behind me here, or you've got the Iron Maiden coming soon, but I've got 130 metal books, metal punk, prog, and that's all available at martinpopoff.com. So there you go. Pantera, Far Beyond Driven.